robot found a big rhino with horns sharp and strong like a metal torpedo. He climbed on the rhino and held on tight, ready for a wild and bumpy flight. They charged through the jungle, kicking up dust. Rhino and robot both filled with trust. Ricky beat tunes as the rhino ran, racing and jumping across the land. They stopped by a river to take a quick sip, then raced with the wind on a fast, crazy trip. The rhino and robot, an unbeatable pair, racing with laughter through the fresh jungle air. When the sun set low and the ride was done, they promised to race again, having so much fun.
Goldilocks found a go-kart one day, red and fast, she couldn't wait to play. She joined the gang with a zoom and a cheer, racing through meadows with friends far and near. They zoomed past the trees and splashed through the mud, speeding so fast they kicked up a flood. Goldilocks laughed as she took the lead, zooming so quick she felt like a steed. The gang cheered loud as they raced to the lake, each car a blur making waves in their wake. Now every day they race and they play. The go-kart gang is the best in the bay.
Freddy the frog had a big shiny truck, bright red and loud, it sure looked like luck. He wore a red helmet all snug on his head, and honked the big horn as he hopped out of bed. Fire! Fire! He shouted, let's rush to the scene, with sirens a-wailing and windows all clean. He splashed through the puddles and zoomed down the street, his big webbed feet tapping a rhythmic beat. He climbed up the ladder so tall and so high, the spray water clouds into smoke in the sky. The animals cheered as the fire went out, and Freddy the frog gave a happy loud shout. Then back to the pond where the lilies all sway, Freddy the frog saved the day in his own special way.
Humpty Dumpty felt tired of his wall, so he bought a helicopter big and tall, with spinning propellers and colors so bright. He flew through the day and zoomed through the night.
He waved to the birds as he soared through the sky, past fluffy white clouds and a rainbow nearby. Goodbye to the wall, Humpty yelled with delight. I'm flying so high, what a wonderful sight.
He landed on rooftops and waved at the bees, and gave a quick spin above the tall trees. But one little gust made Humpty feel queer. Oh no, am I safe? I don't wanna fall here.
He laughed and he smiled and flew home just right, his helicopter shining in the soft moonlight. Now Humpty's not worried about any big slip, because flying's much better than sitting on a brick. Hickory dickory dock, A mouse jumped into a clock, but this was no clock for telling the time. It had wheels and gears, a ride so prime. He pulled a small lever and gave it a spin. The clock came alive with a rattling grin. It rolled through the kitchen, the hallway, the stair, with the mouse at the wheel and wind in his hair. He zoomed past the cat who was taking a nap, then beeped the horn with a tick-tock tap. The numbers spun wildly, the hands did too, as the mouse drove the clock like a hot rod crew. We zipped through seconds and minutes and hours past cuckoo birds, bells, and grandfather towers. At last he parked with a squeaky cheer, the best little ride of the whole mousy year.
Oscar the owl was brave and bold. He wanted a thrill, or so he was told. He flapped to the park with a nervous smile and saw the big coaster a mile after mile. It twisted and looped, went upside down, made lions scream and parrots frown. But Oscar hooted, "Let's give it a try." He fluffed his feathers and took to the sky. He buckled in tight in seat number 2, right next to a chicken who looked kinda blue. Up, up they climbed, then down like a flash. Oscar went woo in a lightning fast dash. His wings flew up, his eyes went wide as he soared through loops with the wind as his guide. When it finally stopped, he gave a cheer. "Let's ride again, this owl's got no fear."
Hansel and Gretel found a hot rod one day, shiny and glowing in a magical way. They hopped inside and turned the key. Whoosh! Off they zoomed, wild and free. The hot rod flew past the candy trees, buzzing past gingerbread houses with ease. They raced through forests both fast and slow, with sparkles and magic all aglow. A fairy waved as they passed by, and stars twinkled bright in the sky. Hansel laughed, Gretel gave a cheer, the best magical ride of the year. When they landed, that sing safe on the ground, they promised to share the hot rod. When they landed, that sing safe on the ground, they promised to share the hot rod they found. The tiger who took a taxi. The jungle's too wild, it's taxis for me. He wore a top hat and a tie that was blue, and flagged down a cab with a polite little moo. The driver was shocked. A tiger? Oh dear. But Tiger just smiled. Don't worry, I steer. They zoomed past the monkeys and splashed through the creek, while parrots all cheered and the Jeep gave a squeak. "I've got to be fast," Tiger said with a grin. "My party starts soon and I need to drop in." He paid with bananas, a dozen not more, and waved to a zebra who opened the door. He danced and he juggled, then served jungle pie, with cookies shaped like taxis zooming by. And ever since then, if you visit that track, you might see Tiger in a yellow cap back.
Benny the bear loved cars, big and small, but banana-shaped cars were the best of them all. Yellow and bright, with wheels made of peel, he thought banana cars were the coolest deal. He drove down the road with a big happy grin. The birds cheered him on as he raced with the spin. His friends found it funny, a car made of fruit, but Benny just laughed, "It's perfect to boot." He honked with a beep that sounded like boo. and ate a banana when the tank was through. Banana cars zoom through forests and parks, making sweet trails and banana sparks. Benny the bear in his yellow banana car, the coolest, most fruity driver by far. The bear in his yellow banana car, the coolest, most fruity driver by far.
Sammy the snail was slow, it's true, but he had a dream and a bike that was blue. The animals laughed, you'll never keep pace, but Sammy signed up for the Great Forest Race. He polished his helmet, his bike nice and neat, with tiny round pedals for his slimy little feet.
Ready, set, go!
Shouted Fox with a cheer. Sammy took off with a wobble in gear. The rabbit sped past, the turtles did too, but Sammy kept going so steady and true. Through puddles and hills, through wind and through sun, he whispered, be patient, the race can be won. The others grew tired, they started to nap, while Sammy just pedaled with a slow, happy clap. He crossed the finish with a shiny gold smile, the snail who won by going the extra mile. Twinkle, twinkle, little van, racing fast across the land, up the hill and down the street, zooming wheels and happy feet, shining headlights bright and clear, carrying friends both far and near. Twinkle, twinkle, little van, the fastest van in all the land. Through the park and by the trees, riding smooth as gentle breeze, honking horns and singing songs, all the way the fun belongs. Twinkle, twinkle, little van, you're the best in all the Twinkle, twinkle, little van, you're the best in all the You're the best in all the land. Clara the cow had a big bright dream, to fly through the clouds with a swoosh and a gleam. She built a kite plane with ribbons and string, and hoped to fly high like a bird on the wing. With moo and with cheer, she climbed up aboard. Her kite plane took off, soaring toward the fjord. She flew past the mountains, the rivers and trees, feeling the wind and the cool, gentle breeze. She waved to the birds as they soared all around, and dipped low to see flowers blooming on the ground. The cows in the field all watched in surprise as Clara flew up and danced in the skies. She landed back softly, her dream now in sight, the happiest cow with her kite plane flight.
Gerald the giraffe loved to see the parade, with bright circus tents and the games they played. One day he decided, I want in the fun to ride on the train and show everyone. He stretched up his neck and climbed in the car, next to the clowns and the juggling star. The elephants trumpeted, the lions did roar, while Gerald waved high from the caboose door. He learned to juggle big balls and red pins, and balanced on stilts with his long giraffe limbs. The crowd gave a cheer as he danced down the track, the tallest circus star, no one looking back. Now Gerald rides trains from city to town, the happiest giraffe with his circus crown.